Hey guys, hope you're well. Listen, it's Will and Ben from BarrMedia. Hope you're doing really well. Today we're doing our Q&A for social media. So any social media questions that you've got, don't forget to put it in the comment section. We'd love to help you out. We're looking to obviously build and connect with our audience on our YouTube and Facebook and all those sort of channels. So please do get involved. I know we're new to new channel, but we want to bring you tons of value. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But we're going to dive straight into it. We have all our Q&A questions for social media, digital marketing, all that stuff in our plant bowl of truth. So if you're not familiar with it, this was Will's old plant bowl and the plant died. But we decided to keep it going.
I was going to say, it's the memory of the plant.
It is. And this looks like...
I can't even remember what I did give the name.
There's still a bit of dirt in there. So Will, it's your turn to pick the question. We don't know what's coming out. So dive in and see what...
I won't even look. Nope. Here you go. And the question we have is... how to optimize Instagram for business. How do you optimize Instagram for business?
Okay, well, I guess, should we start with, I know we pretty answered this question before, so I don't know if I want to answer that. Is firstly, why should a business think about Instagram? But I think we did that in the previous video.
I think there's
no point regurgitating that, I don't think. So in terms of a business having an Instagram page, how do they optimize it for a business?
I think the first thing to note is about optimizing a page for business on Instagram is to make sure that you look like a business page on Instagram. Because Instagram is a massive network of people that are using it for personal reasons, just as a platform to see what their friends are doing. But there are people that are also using it for influencer work. There are businesses. What I'm trying to say is everyone is on Instagram.
But specifically, there's a setting which you can go into and say...
I'll come into that.
A business setting.
But the first thing is you've got to make sure you stand out as a business. There's no point looking like you're one of those personal users, because you're not if you're a business. So the way you can do that is just have a professionally presented page, have a nice Instagram optimized profile picture. So that's something that's quite simple but stands out as a logo. So not loads of words, but just a modern logo. And
the profile has to be quite clear and succinct what it is, without a load of maybe, I don't know, horrible visuals or horrible logos, things like that. I think a good one to look at is probably both of ours, like yours and mine, to sort of see as an example. I think
if you're going to be an individual, definitely it's keeping that succinct, professional looking profile. It's almost like a CV essentially, just more visual. It's that clear. It's,
you know what, this is interesting because I'm going off topic slightly, but I truly believe actually social media could be used as a form of vetting for CVs. If anything, it is a CV. You know, I think it's quite funny when people say, you know, I can send my CV and I'd actually rather look at somebody's various profiles, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you know, Instagram.
They've been doing it for years now. It's just now it's becoming more practical. People have been looking up what you're like on social media as a way to tell what kind of person you are.
100%. And it's a much better indication. So I think that's interesting.
So,
back on topic.
So what I'll do is to make it more clear what I'm saying is I'll put up on screen, I'll flash up on screen some really nice looking profiles that are both individuals that are working as like sole traders, influencers kind of thing, as well as businesses that have nice looking clean profiles. So you can see examples of what we mean by what we're saying. The next thing is to have a clean cut feed. Again, make sure you're either posting your own created content that's really nice, or you're curating really nice looking content. The idea is to have a really clean aesthetic. Everything should fit together.
So in terms of the word optimization, we're not necessarily just talking about in the sense that some people would think optimization is like SEO type thing.
It is that as well, which I'll get onto in a minute.
There's almost two elements. There's what we're saying. There's the visual, professional looking.
I think
optimization, and then the more technical optimization.
I think people forget that visual and the Instagram is all about that aesthetic. It's definitely more so than other platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. It's definitely a lot more along the lines of looking great as well as
100%. And I think that's one thing that you definitely bring to the table, because obviously you're coming from a very sort of creative perspective. And I think a lot of people don't necessarily come from that place. But you're right, 100%. Instagram it's a visual platform. You know, I like Instagram right from the beginning, actually, purely because it's visual, and I'm a visual person.
And I'm not saying it all has to be pretty pictures everywhere. It can just be standout content. That, again, I'll flash up some great examples of people that aren't obviously from a creative background. They're like entrepreneurs, from the business background and what they've done for their feeds. And again, although it's not pretty pictures, it does stand out and it does look uniform and it's all the same style. So in that way it works. So once you've got kind of the aesthetic finished and it looks clean cut and professional and really nice, the next thing is to think about is how you optimize it in terms of the generic analytics, how to reach the max number of people. And the first thing I would always do when setting up a business profile on Instagram is using the business profile tools that Instagram actually provides you.
Yeah, and I think some people are worried that when they do that, they're like losing something on their own home personal profile.
There was some speculation last year that by turning on the business tools on Instagram, you'd automatically check a box in the assistants to say that you're a business, and therefore Instagram would limit your reach in the hope that you would buy advertising. But I don't think anything ever came of that, really. It was just pure speculation.
No, yeah, and I think fundamentally that actually it gives you much more insights. Actually, that's the important thing. So
Absolutely.
by changing it to a business profile, you get to see analytics, which is really, really helpful.
I don't think it has any negative consequences. Well, I haven't seen any negative consequences upon all the business profiles we've worked on, including our own personal ones.
Yeah.
I think the benefits of it far outweigh any negativity.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you turn it on, basically what you'll do is you'll link it to a Facebook page. So you have to have a Facebook page in order to have the Instagram business profile. What it will then do is it asks you to set your niche. You can set this to whatever you want. It gives you a load of presets. So you can have business and entrepreneurship, you can have photography, you can have digital, you can have loads. So you pick whichever one you want, and that gets placed just below your name. Again, I'll put up a screenshot of where it will go, and that gets placed just below your username on your Instagram page. What it also does, it allows you to open up adding things like your email, so people can tap on your email right from your profile. People can call you from your profile, even book tickets. It can now link to things like Eventbrite, where you can even book tickets straight from your Instagram profile.
So there's huge benefits to actually making sure you have a business profile. I think that's the key point.
Not only that, and the most useful feature I find is the insights and the analytics it gives you, not only by post, but as a whole page and feed itself. When you turn on business tools, you can click on your insights on your personal page, and you'll be able to see your audience in a nutshell. Their demographics of where they're from, their gender, their age, when they're most active, on what days of the week they're most active.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy the amount of stuff that you get within
how many unique profiles you've reached in one week, how many impressions it does give you a lot of really helpful data analytics that can help you retarget what you're posting and how you're posting it. Not only that, but it does also do it on a post by post case. So you can actually go on and look at the individual insights on your posts, so you can see how they're performing, etc., etc.
It's really interesting, isn't it? When you actually dive deep into it. And you can see how much activity you're on there, and all these. It's amazing, really. Actually, what they give
and they've really built that out over the last couple of years. So I think that is a really powerful way to optimize what you're doing, because you can actually dive deep into the analytics of how you're currently performing, and then adjust your strategy upon what's working to make it work.
100%.
Aside from that, if you really want to, I guess optimization is about reaching as many people as you can without spending money. This is what I see as optimization. And ways you can do that is looking into things like hashtag strategies, times of posting, the content you're posting, and just really dive deep into that internal strategy.
I think there's always that sort of debate of how often should people post, and I think there is. I think the key is being consistent, isn't it?
I think consistency,
and I think the more consistent you are, the more Instagram rewards you. I think in terms of your reach will go further. So if you have a drop off in terms of activity, which I have, and I'm expecting a bit of a kick in ads,
you'll notice that.
I will notice it because I haven't been consistent. So I think basically it rewards people who are active users.
Instagram's algorithm rewards consistency and authenticity, all of which help boost your post further. Depending on those two factors, really. There are obviously it's more technical than just those two. There's lots of different variables that go into deciding how you rank in the Instagram algorithm. But really nailing into the strategy of how you're posting, what you're posting, and when you're posting it is a really great way to optimize. And there's loads of different things you can do. It's not just as simple as clicking add post, share.
No, and it's surprising how many people don't actually even bother with hashtags. It's stunning to see how few people actually bother using hashtags, and yet you can use 30 hashtags. So again, it's about maximizing your hashtags. But again, I think think about, I think some people put hashtags in the comment section, which just looks rubbish and spammy.
Lots of people have different opinions on that. I think, just to really sum up what there's a whole load more subtopics underneath this one.
100%
on how to optimize your Instagram profile. But to sum up,
it's all those details.
It's have a clean, aesthetic looking profile that's professional, makes you stand out amongst personal users. Turn on a business profile settings so you can really look at your analytics, how they are, and keep track of how your posts are performing across the board. And then look into and try and learn about the Instagram algorithm and how to take advantage of it as much as possible to work in your favour. And then you're on your way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll just add a couple of things to that. I think also using the latest, stories, and they've got the all these highlights. It's all the latest features, and I think if you use those latest features, you'll basically Instagram sort of rewards you, doesn't it?
And also, when there's new features that come out, there tends to be an awful lot of hype around them, so you'll see a lot more users using those features, so you can kind of reach new people that way.
Yeah, definitely. And also, just one other thing, because we've grown a number of different accounts and pages now. And I think one thing that's really important for people to be aware of, that instant success doesn't come overnight with Instagram. And getting to that first
with any social media.
100%.
Although it's a really easy platform to grow on, it's still not.
No.
And you're there.
It's not overnight. And getting to that first 1,000, I would say that's the first challenge. Absolutely. And I think as soon as you can get to that first 1,000, you suddenly accelerate. A lot more. Absolutely. And I think that could be considered a way to optimize in a way, absolutely, because by getting to that first 1,000, you're going to grow even faster from there moving forward. And I think that just accelerates the bigger you get. So absolutely, it's interesting. So there we go. I
think that's a nice little summary. Again, as I've said, there are so many little subtopics underneath this. So if you have any finer questions about what's been said, obviously we did brush over much of the details to. Obviously, there's too much to talk about. But if you do have any further questions or things you'd like to know about what we said, just leave it down below.
Yeah.
Message us, put it wherever, we'll find it.
Yeah, and actually, just to say, guys and girls, if you want to, if some feedback on your own sort of Instagram pages, just drop us a line, and we'll just do a review and just email you and say, look, this is what we think. So I'm more than happy to help you guys out as well, because I know, like you just said, it's very, very specific sometimes on different people's accounts.
Absolutely.
Strategies and things like that.
Oh yeah, strategies vary account to account. Although there's the general rules of thumb, how those rules of thumb apply does vary hugely. Account to account, niche to niche,
100%.
size of account to size of account.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all those amazing things. And we'll catch up soon.
Cheers, guys.